Want to? Yep, it is, well, straight at 3 o'clock, according to this clock here.
219.
302 line. Javier, would you do a roll call, please?
Sir. Veronica Escalera Ibarra.
She may not be on, but I am her alternate, Jessica Cifuentes.
La Hofstadter.
I'm here.
Cristina Solorzano. Jeff Jordan. Victor Sainz. Carly Farmer.
Here.
Brandon Ross.
Laura Parker here for Brandon.
Joshua Jeske.
Here.
Isaac Levy.
Vanessa Garza here for Isaac.
Eric Tapp. Bill Hill. Scott Wayman. Ryan Flipson. Bert McCall.
I'm here.
Joey Pollard.
Joey is not going to be here, but I'm his alternate, Kenny Scribanic.
Robert Hanley.
Here.
Aaron Bishop. Yvonne de la Rosa. Marcelo Diaz-Wells.
Here.
Chair, we have quorum.
Okay, thank you, Javier. We don't have any citizens to be heard because there's nobody in this room. So we'll skip 2 and we'll go to item 3 of the approval of the meeting minutes. I don't know if the committee members looked at the meeting minutes and have any questions on that or recommendations, modifications. If not, I'll move to accept an approval of the meeting minutes in a second.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes.
Okay, I have a motion from Bert. Do I have a second?
This
I'll
Lyle,
second.
second.
Okay, I have a motion from Bert and a second from Lyle. And I'm, instead of asking everybody to vote, unless somebody opposes the meeting minutes, I'm just gonna move that they be accepted as submitted. Unless somebody has any opposition. Okay, thank you. And we'll move on to the next item on the agenda, which is the discussion appropriate action on the Technical Advisory Committee representation from ATAC, and that's Matthew's taking care of that one.
All right, we got a short meeting today. This is the only other action item we have on the agenda. Our ATAC representative on TAC. Currently, we have Robert Hanley as our only representative and Maricela Diaz-Wells as its alternate. Next slide. So a little bit of background on the Technical Advisory Committee. It meets typically on the first Friday of the month. Robert did let me know that he will not be able to make the meeting that is this Friday. It was postponed from the first week to the second week this month. So Maricela Diaz-Wells, if you are able to make it in Robert's place this Friday, that would be appreciated. The purpose of the Technical Advisory Committee for the MPO is to review planning studies, programs, and projects within the UPWP. It also scores projects for the TIP and oversees the UPWP TIP maintenance. Their biggest contribution is also making technical and procedural recommendations to the Transportation Policy Board. ATAC has two seats on the Technical Advisory Committee. Robert Hanley currently holds one of those positions. The second one is vacant. I can talk a little bit clearer for you, Kenny. So we have two motions associated with this agenda item. The first would be a motion to accept any nominees to represent ATAC on the Technical Advisory Committee. I do want to remind people that self-nominations are allowed, and nominating other current members of the ATAC to the TAC is also allowed. I did get an email from Joey Pollock, who is on paternal leave at this time, stating that he would like to self-nominate. I don't think we can accept that as an email. He would have to be present at the meeting. However, if someone else would like to nominate Joey, we can do so.
I'll nominate Joey.
Okay.
Okay, I have a motion for it. Let me, before we get further, take a second and vote on this. We used to have, before ATAC was consolidated, which was a consolidation of the pedestrian mobility and the bicycle mobility advisory committees. We had two representatives plus alternates. So shouldn't we, with this reorganized ATAC, having two co-chairs, shouldn't we have two primary members and two alternates on the technical advisory committee?
Correct.
Okay.
We're just doing the second primary
Okay, second primary.
today.
So when do we address the alternates for that?
We can do that next meeting.
Okay, all right. Thank you. So we have a motion from Bert for Joey Pollock to be a member of the Technical Advisory Committee.
To be nominated.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Who's that?
Okay.
Kenny. Thank you, Kenny. Do we have any other nominations?
Can we have a little bit more discussion before we move on?
Yes,
Because I'm a
ma'am.
little confused. I thought I heard you say that the co-chairs were the representatives from ATAC, and then we would just need alternates, right, for them? But what you're
So-
saying is that we need a primary?
So normally in the past with ATAC, it was just the co-chairs that were nominated and put onto TAC as the two primaries. That is not written in the bylaws anywhere or anything like that. That is just what has happened in the past 2 years with ATAC. So
Okay.
by nominating Joey, we would kind of be continuing that tradition, but it does not have to be the co-chairs for ATAC.
Correct.
on TAC. It could be any sitting member. Any other questions?
Okay. So I
Can
have a
you
motion.
talk?
Go ahead.
Well, I just, just in case somebody wants to think about it, maybe talk to us about the commitment and, what it's once a month, right? And the meetings are, I'm showing like 2 hours long, once a month. So you would attend, but then you also participate in votes, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
Okay.
You would be a voting member on ATAC and TAC, so you would have two 2-hour commitments, one for ATAC and one for TAC. ATAC's the second Wednesday of the month. TAC is the first Friday of every month. Most of the recommendations that come from ATAC go to TAC to be recommended to the policy board.
Marisol, and for your information, 2 hours is an unusual meeting. A lot of times
Yeah.
it's about an hour, sometimes 45 minutes, but they're still doing a hybrid. And it is at TxDOT's regional office up at Callahan and 410. But I would say ever since the pandemic, we get about a third to half of the people are participating via online. So it's good to be present, but it's not absolutely necessary. Correct, Matthew?
Correct. You don't have to be present in person.
But I do think it's important that we do have alternates for those two positions. But any other dialogue? I do have a motion on the floor to nominate Joey Pollock as the other ATAC representative on the Technical Advisory Committee. And somebody made a second, but I don't remember who that was.
It was Ken.
Kenny, Yeah, okay. So before we vote, is there any other discussion or comments?
I do want to say if there are multiple people nominated at this time,
Yeah.
we would have an election right now in person, and whoever receives the most votes within that election of those two people would move forward as the nominated person. And then we would have another motion to officially make them the representatives. So we're just nominating right now. So if you have someone else who would like to nominate, you can do so at this time.
Matthew, do you need any alternates at all for Joey if elected or not?
Yes, we will be doing that at the May ATAC meeting, so 1 month
Okay.
from now.
Okay, perfect.
We're getting our primary set up first.
Thank you.
But Maricela is already an alternate.
Yes, Maricela is an alternate for Robert, so we will be doing whoever gets voted on today's internet.
Well, if there's no more nominations, we'll just close the nominations and we'll vote on Joey because there's been plenty of time to somebody to offer up another nomination at this point. Does that make sense, Matthew?
Yes, so we'll need we'll do the finalize the motion for the nomination for Joey. See if there's anyone disagreeing, and then we'll do a second motion to officially make him the rep.
All right, so we have a motion on the floor by Bert with the second by Kenny to nominate Joey Pollock as another technical advisory committee representative for ATAC. And for all those in favor of forwarding Joey as a nominee, I'm going to do it the same way we did all action items with these hybrid type of meetings. I'm going to assume that the motion is approved unless I have opposition, and we'll give everybody about a minute or two to motion to accept the nominees to represent ATAC on the Technical Advisory Committee is the motion. Okay. He showed me what I'm supposed to say. Thank you, Matthew. So is there anybody opposed to nominating Joey to serve as a Technical Advisory Committee representative? Okay, so Matthew, correct me if I'm wrong. So that was just to nominate Joey. Now we have to
There's that second.
pull that back down.
Yeah. Now we have a motion to approve the elected member to represent ATAC on the TAC.
Okay, so Joey has been nominated. Yeah, leave it like that. So Joey has been nominated. Now I need a motion, and see if I can read this correctly. Matthew will correct me if I'm wrong. Motion to approve the elected member to represent ATAC on the Technical Advisory Committee. Well, now, and that is Joey. So I now will entertain a motion to approve Joey to represent ATAC on the Technical Advisory Committee and a second.
This is Lyle. I move to approve electing Joey Pollock to represent ATAC on the Technical Advisory Committee.
Lyle, thank you very much. Do I have a second?
Kenny Skrobanek, I'll make a second.
Kenny, thank you. Any discussion? Okay, again, we'll do it on our other action items on these hybrid sort of meetings. Unless somebody is in opposition to it, and I'll wait a minute or two, see if anybody has any opposition. Joey is approved to be that additional representative. Hearing no option, the motion carries. Thank you. Okay, so the next item on the agenda is item 5, presentation on the upcoming Bike Month May events. Matthew, it's yours.
All right. We'll get through this fairly quickly. May is Bike Month nationwide, but you know we celebrate big here at AMPO every single year. So looking at the calendar for 2024, the Alamo Commutes Challenge begins on May 1st. On May 5th, we partner with the City of San Antonio's Transportation Department to do a Bear County trail activation. It's called the Let's Ride Salado Creek Trail activation. On May 11th, we partnered with the city of New Braunfels to do the Comal County Trail activation. May 14th, AMPA will be participating in the Activate SA State of the Bike Community event. On May 17th is Bike to Work Day. At this time, we have 12 confirmed stations with 2 more that are pending. On May 18th, we have the Badges, Bikes, and Types event in Seguin. That is our Guadalupe County Trail activation. We are planning for a Kendall County Trail activation on May 25th. We're still working out the details on that. And the Alamo Commutes Challenge ends on the last day of May, Friday, May 31st. So we'll talk a little bit about what each event is.
And what is the meaning of trail activation? I know there's 5 of them.
Yes. So with the Bear County Trail activation, we split this up basically into 2 different groups. We have Bike to Work Day, which AMPO has historically done every year, and gotten all of these groups to come support. That mainly targets the on-street bicycle riders. So as you know, in the San Antonio region, most people are not comfortable riding their bike on the street, especially as infrastructure stands today. So AMPO wanted to target those people who are not comfortable riding on the street. We wanted to target them by encouraging them to use off-street trails to bicycle and to explore those options. So we wanted to hold a trail pop-up event. It's a small pop-up in one of each of the 4 counties in our MPO area to encourage those off-street riders and reach them as well. So this is the Bear County one. It is on Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. The city of San Antonio will be holding their pop-up at LBJ Park. It'll be the Bike Network Plan doing that. AMPO will be at Wilshire Terrace Park. We are encouraging riders to ride between the 2 parks to visit both of our booths. It'll be from 8 a.m. to noon, and it's meant to support the community in exploring nearby trails by cycling and targeting those who aren't comfortable riding on the street. We are partnering with the city of San Antonio for this event. Very similar is the Comal County Trail activation on May 11th. We will be at Fisher Park, specifically on the corner of the trail that connects to Hoffman Park, so on the north side of Fisher Park. We will be there from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., and it's also meant to support the community, especially those who are not comfortable riding on the street. AMPO will be participating in Activate SA's State of the Bike Community. Joey is on maternal leave, like I said earlier, so we're still working out the details on this. However, AMPO has already said that we will be in attendance and support this event. It is planned for May 14th. The location and time is still to be determined, but it's meant to educate and celebrate the achievements of the cycling community and advance safe infrastructure for all ages and abilities. This is a city-specific event for the city of San Antonio as well, so not a region-wide event that we normally do at AMPO, but we will be supporting Activate SA and doing this city event. Next one. AMPO will also be attending SATX Social Ride of Silence. We've done this every year where we participate in the social ride. It is on May 15th this year at 7 p.m. That's when the wheels start rolling. The location still be determined, but it's meant to honor victims who have lost their lives while cycling in the San Antonio area. For those of you who don't know, SATX Social Ride does a ride every Tuesday evening in the city, so this would be the ride for that week. And it's hosted by SATX Social Ride. Excellent.
Are there ways, hey, I'm sorry to interrupt. Are there ways to honor those individuals? Like, do you put their names on shirts or anything, or do you have a list
in the
of
past
names?
for that event, you normally are told to wear white shirts, and basically just there is a moment of silence before the ride, and you
Okay.
stay as quiet as necessary. You still make call outs for vehicles while riding and everything, but you stay as quiet as possible on that ride. Basically just as a moment of silence for those who've been killed just simply for choosing to ride a bike in our region. But no, they don't do like a writing the specific names of people, not that I know of at least. And Bike to Work Day is later that week on Friday, May 17th. Like I said, we currently have 12 station locations. We have many more hosts who are partnering together for that. This year it'll be from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And its purpose is to celebrate those who choose to cycle to work, as well as increasing awareness of alternate modes of transportation. We have Hub Market, Level Up Bike Shop, Charles A. James Bike Shop, Trek at the Pearl, Coastal Transportation, Gisalo, Blue Star Bike Shop, Allen Architects.
That's a group that's together, right? That's right.
Yes, if they have the slash, that means they're partnering together on the station. The Chain Link Bicycle Shop, Activate SA, San Antonio River Authority, USGBC, Overland Partners, UTSA, and REI. In the past week or so, Alamo Area Council of Governments, as well as Bike, has reached out to me, so those two are tentative. If we can confirm those, that brings the total stations up to 14, but right now it's at 12. So this is the map of the current planned station locations. We have 2 near San Antonio College, 1 near the Pearl, 2 along the Avenue B cycle lanes, 1 at the intersection of Jones and 1 at the intersection of Brooklyn. The city of San Antonio will be in front of City Tower at Legacy Park. Ample will be in front of our office. Blue Star will be at Blue Star. Hub Market will be in front of their store in Southtown, and Gisala will be at Roosevelt Park in Southtown as well. And Chain Link Bicycle Shop is located in New Braunfels. They will be in downtown New Braunfels. Bike has expressed interest in being on the St. Mary's Strip. So we have a location at 2327 North St. Mary's secured for them if they do end up being a station host. That's right in front of Little Dep, if y'all know where some of those bars are. So these are the
We know what you do with your spare time, man.
So those are the planned station locations so far. Alamo Area Council of Governments, we're still working out a location for them, so that's not shown, or we don't have anything finalized for that yet. But these are the 12 that we have finalized at this time.
Okay.
All right. For the Guadalupe County Trail activation happening the very next day after Bike to Work Day, May 18th at Stark Park East, Max Stark Park. We will be supporting the Badges, Bikes, and Tech event. That is an event held by the city of Seguin and their police department to support bicycling. It's from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and it's meant to support the community in exploring the nearby trails. And again, we will be targeting those people who are not comfortable riding on street. For Kendall County, we are hoping to secure for May 25th, the 4th Friday or Saturday of May from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. We hope to partner with the city of Bernie. We don't have any more information on that right now. We're still trying to get some of those details ironed out. So our Alamo Commutes Challenge is something that happens throughout the entire month of May, though. According to the Bureau of Transportation Statistics, 52% of all trips across all transportation modes in the U.S. are less than 3 miles. So here at AMBO, we recognize that some of the most viable trips for alternate modes of transportation, such as biking, are going to be those shorter trips. They're not going to be those trips that are 30 miles to get to work. They're going to be those trips under 3 miles to get to the store, to get to the coffee shop, to get to a friend's house. So we wanted to target that with our Alamo Commutes Challenge this year. Part of the reason why we wanted to target that is the culture surrounding biking in our region. In Texas in particular, biking is seen as simply just a form of recreation, not transportation. So by targeting these more viable trips and making that a part of our Alamo Commutes app, we hope to reinforce the idea that cycling is a legitimate form of transportation. So the actual challenge, we will draw a random winner every week for the 5 weeks of May. We will draw a random winner from the top 5 number of people with the most trips that are 3 miles or less every week. So there will be 5 winners of prizes throughout the Alamo Beach Challenge.
And what do you win?
Normally, you win a $50 gift card. So,
Okay.
a $50 gift card.
Just want to know what the incentive out there with the carrot on the stick.
So that's our Alamo Commutes Challenge this year. We're really trying to target those trips that are most viable by cycling and in an effort to further the notion that cycling is a legitimate form of transportation. So a couple of announcements. Activate SA is holding their Fiesta Bike Parade this Saturday at the Woodlawn Lake Park, and we're going to recap our last meeting in March, the Walk and Bike Night. So a little bit more about Activate SA's Fiesta Bike Parade this Saturday. We gather at 9 a.m. and roll out at 10 a.m. AMPO will be there. Hopefully we'll have our Fiesta medals by then, and we'll be able to hand those out. It is to celebrate Fiesta by encouraging all ages and abilities to decorate and ride their bikes throughout San Antonio. It's about a 5-mile bike ride at a moderate pace, so about 10 miles an hour. But all ages and abilities are encouraged. Activate SA and SATX Social Ride are hosting this event. AMPO will be in attendance to represent ATAC as well. So if y'all are able to make it this Saturday, we hope to see you there as well. If we have Fiesta medals, we'll be handing them out at the event. This month's meeting has a very short agenda because last month's meeting had a very packed agenda. So if you were not able to make last month's meeting, you can view it online at youtube.com/@Alamo Area MPO. The full 2-hour event is uploaded on our YouTube channel. There were some issues with the audio. So the audio and the video are off sync a little bit, but all of the information is there. So the MPO talked about our fiscal year 25 to 28 transportation improvement program. City of San Antonio discussed updates to the bike network plan. Activate SA talked about Complete Streets and what their efforts for leading the Complete Streets Coalition have been doing. City of San Antonio Parks Department talked about updates to Greenway Trail projects. City of New Braunfels talked about their Vision Zero plan, which they just passed a few weeks ago. City of New Braunfels also talked about their transit development plan for the future. Gisela was there to talk about what they do, as well as discuss what they were doing for this past Sunday's event, Ciclovia. They ended up hosting, with the help of TechStop, hosting bike rentals for Ciclovia this past Sunday. And Via Metropolitan Transit was there to provide updates on specifically Via's Silver Line ART project. So if you have any questions about those, or any more information, you can reach out to me, or you can go to youtube.com/Alamo Area MPO, where ATAC received updates on all of these plans last month. Again, this is the calendar for May. Any questions about the events that AMPO has planned for May? These are just the Bike Month events. This does not include our tip outreach that we are also doing. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. Can you go to the website? Yeah. We're right at alamoareampo.org, 210-230-6931. I answer my phone in like 5 seconds. So if you have questions or want to partner on an event or want to join in on an Energizer station for Bike to Work Day, the last day that we're accepting Energizer stations is April 26th. So pretty much by the end of this month, we want to have those stations finalized. So Any questions? All right.
Thank you, Joey. I mean, Matthew, this is a bad habit. So this was just an information item. Next on the agenda are announcements and future agenda items. And Matt, I'm gonna let you go over this. Did you, there was the thing about the expansion of the boundaries. Is that for release now or is that for future?
I believe it was for release for TAC. Yes. Let's do that now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So the announcements, 6A, B, and C.
So for 6A, our draft fiscal year 25 to 28 tip and conformity document will be posted online for public comment April 15th through May 31st. That's in 5 days. We're starting the public comment period. The public meeting schedule has been distributed, so you can find that on our website. We do want to thank the city of Bernie and the city of Selma for agreeing to participate in those public meetings as well. They've been very good. Everyone's been very good at sharing our public meeting schedule. We have one public meeting in each of the 4 counties. So if you haven't shared our schedule already, it should be on all of our socials that you can repost that. 6B, just a reminder that April 26th is Battle of Flowers, so the Ample offices will be closed that day. And that the next ATAC meeting will be held on Wednesday, May 8th at 3 p.m. We are planning to vote on the alternate to Joey's position on TAC now. So if you were unsure today, if you wanted to participate in TAC, but you're more interested in an alternate, you can self-nominate or have someone nominate you at the main meeting. For other announcements, Robert brought up that AMBO has recently undergone an expansion vote.
This is decision at the Transportation Policy Board.
Yes, decision of the Transportation Policy Board. It was their executive committee specifically. AMBO's boundaries will be expanding into the rest of Kendall County. Normally, it was just the southern section for Bernie, but now AMBO will be expanding into the rest of Kendall County, and we will be expanding into 2/3 of Medina County. So we will include everything from Castroville and Hondo east.
When they expand Kendall County, that's going to now take in Comfort.
Correct.
Okay.
Any questions about the boundary expansion? That may make some changes to ATAC, but this boundary expansion won't be finalized until sometime in 2025. So we'll be discussing that next year when that happens. All right, we'll take other announcements. Bert?
Yes, thanks for noticing here. I didn't want to interrupt your talk, Matt. Lots of great, just as reflective, so much has been developed over the years with so many partners on May Bike Month, and I think that's just phenomenal. I would just mention 2 things. April is still National Walking Month. I brought it up at the previous meeting, but as you probably should tell with Livia and the mayor's involvement in San Antonio with the trails, there's been so many different projects going on. I can't go through them all. The YMCA, San Antonio Sports, lots of things to even include within districts areas on safety that deal with walking. But the only thing I wanted to mention, Joey, if he's on maternity leave, I'm not sure if he's going to attend our Mayor's Fitness Council meeting, which is tomorrow. It's always on the second Thursday of the month. Next one after tomorrow will be May 9th. And of course, that's already within the bike month. But in any case, though, I'll share what I can at my end. And lots of activities from the walking side. And my hat's off to you guys on cycling. So much of legacy, so much involvement. Matter of fact, many of the partners you mentioned, Matt, already part of the Mayor's Fitness Council in some way, shape, or form. Earn a Bike, just solo, Storm, lots of involvement. So I just want to, Thank you, and of course, I'm envious. I wish I could have that type of growth and development. But that's all I have, nothing really major.
Thank you, Bert. Any other announcements? All right, if there are no more announcements.
It is 3:37 and we'll adjourn, and I want to extend my appreciation and thanks for everybody who participated today.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay.